Welcome back to URBEX, everyone. I'm here in Fairborn, Ohio at the Family Video. It's now closing. In fact, all Family Videos are closing. So this is going to be the last and final time that we'll get to go inside Family Video and take a look around. They're having their closing sale right now, and this is the end of an era. There are no more Blockbusters, no more Hollywood videos, and now there's going to be no more Family Video. The video store is finally dead. Well, except for that one Blockbuster that's way out there in Bend, Oregon, but that's out of reach for most of the country. So I'm going to have several videos on Family Video, taking a look at some different ones. So if you want to check out this Family Video, all you have to do is follow me. With the recent bankruptcy and closure of all Family Video stores, many YouTubers have been documenting this iconic video store chain before it's gone. But that's about where it ends, so I'm going to take you to every single Family Video that I was able to get to and document. It's the end of an era, so we're going to go over the history of Family Video because this is the very last video rental store chain in America. We're going to start off with my thoughts on this chain of video rental stores and how I think it compares to some of the, the ones that are long gone like Blockbuster and Hollywood Video. As a company, the fundamentals of Family Video were so much better than their competition. I can remember going to Blockbuster back in the day and renting movies, returning them on time, but because they did not empty the drop box soon enough, they deemed my rental was returned late. And so then I'd get the awful late charges and I'd have to go back and fight with them, and it's a pain in the ass. So when Family Video came around, I was like, what? There's no late fees? And yes, if I remember correctly, Blockbuster did get rid of the late fees toward the end of their span, before they went out of business. But my experience with Blockbuster was always late fees, late fees, late fees. Another Family Video here in the Dayton area, this one in Riverside, and it's closing, and we're going to check it out on today's episode of URBEX. So if you want to see if this one's different than some of the other ones I've covered, all you have to do is follow me. Well, this one is just a Family Video. It doesn't have anything connected to it, which is kind of a rarity anymore. Most of them have stuff connected to it, but I don't know. Let's go inside and check this one out. Now, if we're looking at these video stores from a visual standpoint, the outside of Blockbuster, Family Video, and Hollywood Video all looked fantastic, and they all had their own visual appearances and whatnot that differentiated, one from the other. However, going inside a Family Video is immediately bland and boring, and it's not that the color scheme was bad or anything, it's just, where's your branding? Like, there's nothing inside. If you had never heard of Family Video and you were just plopped inside of one, you would never know where you're at. You'd be like, oh, I'm just in some generic random video store, because nowhere can you find where it says Family Video on the inside, and that is really disappointing, because when I went to their closing sale, I was wanting to get something that said Family Video or, whatever, and there is nothing. None of their movies are branded Family Video like you would see in Blockbuster, and they did explain this to me at the register, why. It just has to do with the way that they operate versus the way Blockbuster and all the rest do. I did score this new release sign from this video store, and I will be putting it up in my studio shortly. So if you want to see what it looks like in my studio and, get kind of a little tour of my studio to see all the amazing retail gems that I have acquired over the years, then you need to head on over to my Patreon and become a member, and I'll make a video in the future. A big thanks to everyone who worked at this Family Video in Dayton. Another Family Video closing. This time we're in Galloway, Ohio, in the western suburbs of the Columbus metro area. This one has a Little Caesars in it, and we're going to check it out on today's episode and bid the amazing video store a farewell. So if you want to check this one out, just follow me. Family Video can be traced all the way back to 1946, when Clarence Hoagland founded Mid-State Appliances and Supply Company. His son would inherit the business in 1953. The company would eventually become a distributor for magnetic tape, and 1 year after getting stuck with a large inventory of excess movies in the late 1970s, Charles had the idea to start the Video Movie Club in Springfield, Illinois in 1978. They would initially charge a membership fee of $25 and an additional $5 per rental, and would later become the Family Video Store. Blockbuster and much of the competition were mainly focused on larger cities. To establish themselves, Family Video would focus more on rural, suburbs, and small to mid-sized cities instead. In 2003, Family Video would relocate its headquarters from Springfield to Glenview, Illinois. By the time 2014 came around, Blockbuster had gone bankrupt and closed all of its stores, removing most of Family Video's competition, and by 2016, Hastings Entertainment would liquidate and go bankrupt, making Family Video the sole surviving video rental chain store in the United States. Due to the decreasing popularity of physical media and the rise of streaming and digital downloads, Family Video began to struggle. So they decided to branch off into other markets such as real estate, 24-hour fitness centers, cell phones, and cable television. They also began to sell new and used items online. Family Video would even expand into Canada in 2012. With the market becoming worse and worse for physical media, Family Video had to do something. So they came up with the idea to form a partnership with Marco's Pizza and a few other pizza chains like Little Caesars. Here's another Family Video here on URBEX. This one is kind of in like a strip mall area. It has a Marco's Pizza instead of Little Caesars. This one's in the north part of Columbus, near Cleveland Avenue, kind of in the Northland area where the Northland Mall used to be. So we're gonna check this one out and see if it's different than some of the others on URBEX. All you have to do is follow me. Their idea was that they could rent out space with inside their store to the Little Caesars or the Marco's Pizza. And you, the consumer, would come into the video rental store to rent a movie and be like, oh wow, look, there's pizza. So I can have, pizza and a movie. And I think this was a great marketing plan. Great business model. Because why wouldn't you want to have pizza with your movie? The other thing that differentiated Family Video from all the rest of the competition is that Family Video bought all of the movies that they rented. They owned them, just as you or I would own a movie that we bought at any other store like Target or Best Buy. And when I asked an employee why everything in the store was so bland and there was no Family Video labeling on anything, this is the reason that they cited. I don't really fully buy into it as a reason to not label and brand all of your movies as being from Family Video, but, who am I to argue? With the onset of the pandemic in 2020, this caused the company to really struggle, and they had to file bankruptcy and close all of their stores permanently, ending the era that was the video rental store. I came to this one here in Fairfield, Ohio, not because I really needed to film another one because, of course, it looks the same as all the others, but I wanted to show you guys what it looked like at night because these stores always looked amazing at night. I loved the light towers. They had those big tall towers that lit up right in front of the store. They were kind of cool, and they're iconic of Family Video. Thanks for joining me here as we say goodbye to an old friend that was the video store. I hope you really enjoyed taking a look at Family Video, going over its history, and saying goodbye one last time. And as always, thanks for watching.